Hello, welcome back tuning in to today's video. You're going to have a look at weather for the next 8 to 10 days today. Also, weather going on at the moment, very rough old morning across many parts of the country. The worst of winds are now extending down into northern England, but it's turning colder behind those strong winds across Scotland. Have got some snow shower beginning to turn up across the north of Scotland. Have a look at all the detail in a moment before I get on with the video. Just want to talk about the advertising. There's video ads on all my pages at gazwebbiz.com. Hit play on the video ad. You'll be supporting gazwebbiz.com. Thanks very much for doing that. Gav Shop is open business, so if you want to do any Christmas shopping between now and Christmas at Amazon, just click through the Amazon banners in Gav Shop. They'll take you directly through to Amazon, and while you're there, you can do your Christmas shopping as normal. At the same time, Gav's Webbiz will get a royalty fee on anything you purchase. Thanks very much for doing these things. They do make a big difference to the website. So yeah, thanks for getting involved and supporting gazwebbiz.com. So just using the website XC Weather, first of all, see the latest in terms of the wind. The biggest arrows are where the strongest of winds are. We can see that quite clearly. They're down across northern England now. Very strong gusts of wind there across many parts of northern England. Some really damaging gale or severe gale force winds coming through. Away from the north and west of Scotland, things are easing off across Scotland now. But as I say, behind that that band of strong winds and rain, there is rain accompanying that wind across northern England. Behind that, it's a lot colder. So that's where we begin to see the cold air digging in, turning the showers increasingly to snow. If you have a look at the actual weather map to show where it's snowing, well, we've still got the rain across northern there associated with the strongest of the winds. That's the cold front moving southwards, and yeah, behind that it gets very, very cold. We have got some snow turning up there across parts of Scotland, Tyne Range, heavy snow showers, out in the reporting heavy snow as well. And that's going to be the way of things through the course of the afternoon. That cold air will increasingly dig in through the afternoon, so showers will increasingly turn to snow in the north through the course of this afternoon. It's only a very short cold snap though, because as we get through to Friday into the weekend, you're going to find winds going back westerly again, so you're not going to keep it cold for very long. Let's have a look at the more extended range. We're going to have a look at 500 with our height anomalies first of all. This is taking us up to around, well, it's 8 to 10 day mean, so it's taking us to around the 14th of December, so we're in towards the middle of December actually with this. Got the GFS over on the right, the ECMWF is over on the left, 500 millibars, 80 miles per hour. We've got weather going on. We've got high pressure, low pressure areas developing, and really, as they're moved around by the jet stream running above, that's what gives us our weather. Both models have a very deep trough here off the eastern coast of Canada. Really cold air being fed into that trough through Canada. Going to be very snowy across parts of North America and into Canada over the next few days. That trough off the eastern coast of Canada then translates to this very big ridge over and to the east and to the south of the United Kingdom. Both the ECMWF and the GFS have this very extensive area of red. That's a really strong upper ridge sitting around to the east, to the south of the country. That'll keep it very, very dry going out towards the middle of December. The charts I'm looking at the moment do indicate to me that we may have a really, really dry December. And if this was summer with all this high pressure, this extensive ridge going on for several weeks, we'd be looking at baking hot conditions and very dry. It's not summer, so we're not going to have it hot, but I think we are going to have it very dry. Could be a very, very dry December indeed. Of course, if that goes on through the winter, I'm not saying it will do, but if it was to go on through January, February, and into the spring, then we'd be starting to look at concerns in terms of the water table going into the summer. It's okay at the moment, nothing to worry about at the moment, but very, very dry December could be coming up. Look at the GFS ensembles. Got the temperature in the middle of the chart, the precipitation, rainfall, is on the bottom of the chart, and you see that up to the middle of December, there's the 15th of December just there, there's hardly any rainfall spikes at all to speak of. And then even after that, we only get a few beginning to appear at the end of the chart. Certainly no sign of anything particularly wet coming up in the next couple of weeks. In terms of the upper air temperatures, well, we're going to be turning it cold very briefly in the next few hours. It's only going to last a few hours, and then the temperatures are going to start pushing back up again through tomorrow, but generally keeping it around the red line or below the red line for a day or two. Once again, over the weekend into the next week, yeah, a really mild spell coming up in terms of the upper air temperatures, if nothing else. That will initially be quite mild down on the surface, but eventually it will turn cold, I think, down on the surface underneath that high pressure. Not desperately cold, but it will turn cooler because we'll probably get a lot of low cloud, mist and fog turning up later next week, which will limit the temperatures, push them back down again under that ridge of high pressure. And then once you get through towards the second half of December, quite a lot of scatter coming along, some members keeping it very mild, some do go quite a bit colder, as they always do. There's always potential to turn it cold, but that's a long way off. It's into me 2 weeks excuse me, 2 week period, so I wouldn't want to take that too seriously, to be honest. The temperature anomalies for the next week, the 5th to 12th, show that we're going to be a little bit above average, actually. We're in the pink colours there. Most of Europe quite cold, but Germany is warmer, as is North East and France, the Low Countries, and Britain and Ireland also on the mild side as well. So yeah, I think we're going to see temperatures a little bit above average in the coming week. Here's the temperatures for Monday. We're going to be up to around 9-10 degrees, maybe 11 or 12 along the south coast. That's very mild indeed. 12 is 54 in Fahrenheit. As we go beyond that into the middle of next week, it will turn a little bit cooler. Temperatures will start to edge back down again. So it's only a 1 day off of very mild conditions, probably on Monday, and then temperatures will start to slide back nearer to the seasonal average. Here's the 10-day chart from the GFS, showing that high pressure is going to be very dominant, even out to day 10, sitting around just the east country. We saw it on the 500 millibar height anomaly, so no great surprise, but high pressure really dominant, at least for the next 10 days. Jet stream and the low pressures bringing all but rainfall, being pushed off to the northwest, to around Greenland and Iceland, going to the north of Scandinavia. If we wanted it wet, we'd have to bring those low pressures through, but with the high pressure sitting there, it's going to keep it very dry. As I say, could be a remarkably dry December coming up. The ECMWF, no real change on this. We'll go back a few days. This would be day 8 chart for Thursday the 12th of December, and yeah, it's same idea. The high pressure is just to the south and just to the east of the country, bringing the air up from the Canary Islands. If you follow the isobars back, there's the Canaries down there, and we're bringing the air up from a long way south, so that could be potentially very, very mild, particularly for the north and the west of the country later next week. I'm not sure about that. I think the high pressure will probably be centred more towards the north and the northwest, so probably this very mild air from the Canaries will be going more to the north and west of the British Isles. But it shows you the potential. If this high pressure is positioned right on the ECMWF, somewhere over northern Italy, then with that southerly to southwesterly wind, there's potential certainly for the northwest to be very, very mild. Not as mild further south and east because we've got light winds there, and we could get some fog and maybe some low cloud as well. But the idea is still the same. The high pressure is very dominant throughout most of next week, and even by day 10 the high pressure is still more or less in control. Just size up, we tried to bring the Atlantic through a little bit to the northwest. That could bring some rain to Scotland and Northern Ireland, but really it's high pressure all the way. One model is sort of toying with it turning colder, and that's the GM, the Canadian model. This has the high pressure much, much further north on day 10, Thursday the 12th. It's not centred over northern Italy as with the ECMWF. It's centred somewhere around Denmark, and it's reaching up towards its second area of high pressure coming out of northern Russia and towards the north of Scandinavia. But what it does, it pulls the winds into the east as we go through to Friday the 13th. Got a proper Scandinavian high setting up there, backing off into western Russia. Winds are going easterly, bringing very cold air our way. And just look what happens Saturday the 14th, Sunday the 15th. Yep, we're in a proper easterly wind there. High pressure from Scandinavia going through Iceland into Greenland. Easterly winds blasting across the country. Look at these upper air temperatures. Below -10, -15, 850 HPA there across much of France. That's bitterly cold air. We'll be bringing heavy snow sweeping across many parts of northern and western Europe, the British Isles included. Now, there's no support really on any other model for that scenario, so I'm not sure what the GM is seeing that all the other models aren't seeing. But as long as these charts show up in just one model, then obviously the possibility, if nothing else, is there. So we've just got to keep that at the back of our mind. There's GM, the Canadian model, it's not a bad model, it's one of the better, not the best, but it's one of the better models that are out there. What's turning it really calm for the middle of December, easterly winds and heavy snow coming in. I think it's very, very unlikely to come off. I'll go with the GFS and the ECM, which is generally the idea. It's going to stay dry through the middle of the month, and temperatures probably around normal, really. ECM could be very mild, but I think probably near normal temperatures and very, very dry conditions. That's what I would suspect is going to happen, but just with the caveat that the GEM is churning out these much colder charts. Not sure what it's seeing this morning that the other models are not seeing, and it'll probably come into line tonight. So don't go running away with the idea that the GM's got this right, all the other models are wrong. It's almost certainly going to be the other way round. That's it for now. I'll be doing the Christmas update tonight, so come back for that. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching.